Okay, so now we have this book as well. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were, a group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This is where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as it was never too far of a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks, for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least, that is the story I was told when I arrived today. On the island, Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. Wait, he can influence the worlds? I still do not fully understand what... So, the books can link to them, but he can also change them. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, testing the limits of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. Oh, so by literally writing into the book, maybe he can change it. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although the test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers to a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoying it anyway. With that, I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. Okay, submersible lamp. Interesting. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I've made note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon which I have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomena or by additional people on far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I've decided to return home for a short while. I wonder, does like time pass when he's gone? Or I guess it does, because he left Cirrus and Akinar in one of the ages, and they seem to, I guess, continue to do stuff there. I've decided to return home for a short while. I've also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, it may prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. Yeah, that's a big if. Okay, so that's definitely not the same lighthouse we have here. I returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I've decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. So, do the worlds themselves have like a sentience? Man, this is a interesting world. Okay, we have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rock that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I've had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. Okay, so light comes in... Oh, or this is the light? Okay. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with their own hands. That evening, we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art, that will have a more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written, I think. Okay, so he calls the Stone Ship Age. Oh, so this is the ship that he made that was like broken. Okay. Okay, I think of it this age is a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it's changed so much that indeed it is a surprise. Besides, I guess the question is, how long does time pass equally between ages? I don't know. Besides, I've got another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me new materials they have discovered. It even seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks as if they have tried very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. Ooh, that's a pretty big distance, but I mean, not that unbelievable, I guess, since it's only on a rock island. After our wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. Oh, wait, so this is a constellation. We should try to write this. So this is, and the anchor symbol too. The anchor we saw in the symbols around the ship, like the little mini ship. Okay, so I'll quickly draw anchor. And the constellation. Little star here, bigger star here, and bigger star to the left. 3 little stars, and then 1 bigger star. I kind of see how this is an anchor. Like, I get like how this is an anchor. Like, that makes sense. Oh, okay. So there are constellations for all of them. Okay, I will very quickly sketch these out. Be a little less precious about my drawings. I usually like to make nice drawings. Okay, so there's 1 dot here. And then 2 dots in the middle. Then 1 dot to the right. And for snake. We have 3 dots on the top, 2 small and 1 large. Another large one to the right of that. 2 vertical dots on the right side, and then 1 on the bottom. It's interesting. I could definitely see how these, like, the concept of these became constellations. Oh, geez. Okay, maybe we just... This is a lot of note-taking. I will just remember that this is here. And if we need to reference it, we can come back for it. Because that feels like unnecessary note-taking. So that's everything here, I think. Oh, no, there is one more. Okay. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventures, and it was. The sky here is dark and gray and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me an interesting story of this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people inside its walls, and the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by 3 high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the east hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usually sunny sky became as dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post's attempts at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ships continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city were destroyed, the city sunk deep into the ocean and only the lookout post remained. The black ship sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction they had started so long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save the civilization and stop this enemy's plans of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea has sparked in my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. Oh, interesting. Okay. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on a plan for protection. Interesting. So, seems like there's some sort of room here. This looks like a top-down, yeah. This is obviously like, he says gear room. After a short absence, I've returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerable since Everdunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be a great help this time, instead of the nuisance they have been in the past. So this is, I'm assuming, before Channelwood, like chronologically. All 3 of us, along with 4 of the healthier survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their spare time on the South Island, where most of my materials are stored. I'm very pleased with their intelligence, and their creativity is refreshing to see, as they work on some small projects of their own. It has been over 4 months now, and construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its gray sky. They detest the gray sky and tell me many times they wish the sky were more like the blue sky in Myst. So, do these people live in Myst? The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. So this is after his time in the Stone Age that we just read about. Oh, okay, what is this? It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. I began experimenting with on my visits to Aspermere. It'll be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Okay. Interesting. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. I'm just going to draw this very loosely. So there is X and Y on both of these. There is just basically like a power climb on this, and the other one has a switch as well. Hey, Nicholas, how are you doing today? This one also has a switch, and it has 2 graphs, which is kind of interesting. One has basically a smooth with a downward, and that. This one has like a sine or cos wave. And in one of the troughs is another one of those. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. Oh, geez. Oh, so this is what, I guess this is the fortress they built. And like the 3 lookout posts. Okay, cool. Very cool. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. So he was successful. So this is the insignia of the black ship. Last night we had a small celebration and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun work on a new book. Wait, so he's making the books. Oh, interesting. How's your day been going so far, Nicholas? Hopefully, relatively relaxing as February comes to a close. You know, you get a chill weekend. I've had a healthy adventure. Yeah. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe I have begun. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. So Catherine's his wife. I must also return to the people of the Tide. I believe in my travels I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. So he calls this mechanical age, I guess. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Oh, you only your second calzone in your whole life. I mean, not to say that I'm like some calzone aficionado, but hopefully it was a good one. I feel like calzones are either like pizza. I feel like has such a wide range of quality where it's acceptable. Calzone, I feel like is either great or like very mediocre. Okay, so so the gear is the mechanical age, and this is channel wood. This was. Wait, this is, I think, yeah, stone chip. This is stone chip age. Cool. Are there any other books that we missed? Oh, yeah. Okay, Rime. I have named it. A desolate age with a beauty that is quite different than I expected or imagined. The intricate feathers of ice that fall from the sky are awe-inspiring. I feel as though I could sit and watch them for hours, and though it is cold here, like I've never experienced before, I find myself enjoying the change of temperature. For it is unlike any other place I have ever seen. Perhaps the oddest thing is the silence. Although the wind blows on occasion, when it ceases there is a suffocating silence that falls on this place, broken only by the distant cries of unseen creatures. I have visited 3 times and I am sure now that this age will provide the environment I need. I believe the cold temperature is necessary for obtaining the correct resonance. Resonance. Examining the structure of the books is ever more perplexing, but I am driven onward by my need to understand. The great tree of possibilities can never be fully grasped, but I must at least try to find one particular branch. On the subject of enlightenment, I would also like to find the cause of the mysterious lights that shine in the darkness here. Though I have never assumed that I would be able to build especially fast here, the speed at which I am progressing is somewhat disappointing. I do think I will bring Cirrus and Akinar here as well as some of the machinery from Selenitic. So like Cirrus and Akinar are his sons. Akinar chose to stay with Catherine, but Cirrus was rather excited to come. He has spent the last few days here with me, helping me with the beginning phases of construction. He too seems to enjoy the ice and cold weather. He is intrigued with the crystals that we have brought with us. He has been a big help, as have others, and I hope to be able to begin my experiments here soon. Tonight, Cirrus and I found a wondrous spot to view the lights, although it seems they decided to hide from us. After sitting in the cold winds for over 2 hours, we saw nothing. It was rather disappointing. Cirrus will return to Myst tomorrow. He has been a tremendous aid to me, and I am thankful for his willingness to help. The hard part of the construction is over, although I have decided after tonight that I would like to add some kind of observation post. I won't be finished as soon as I had hoped, although I'm fairly certain it will be worth the delay in the long run. I decided to take a break from the construction now that the tunnel is almost complete, and I have been able to set up a temporary space where the crystals will not be stimulated. I am quite convinced that with the right diffraction resonance, certain properties of the ink can be simulated. Catherine still finds it absurd and thinks I'm crazy to assume I will ever be able to view ages with stones. Oh, so like look into the worlds. But her unusual pessimism has not convinced me to stop trying. I came too close to success on Everdunes. I'm fairly certain now that temperature indeed does have an effect on the crystals, but I have realized that temperature alone is not enough. The cold dampens some of the sympathetic harmonies, but a more active suppressor is necessary. I've acquired some geodes with a pure protected crystalline interior. Thin slices of the geode below each crystal provided a stabilizing effect and even amplified the clean frequency slightly. After quite a bit of experimentation with the shapes and colors, I was able to capture a blurry image within a book. Okay, so is this separate from us being able to look at like the fuzzy image? Though the link would never work, there was clearly an age on the other side. I can hardly wait to return and tell Catherine. I feel like I should finish the shaft to my observation post while I have the machinery here. Perhaps tomorrow morning. The lights were beautiful again last night. They had not shown themselves for so long that I had almost forgotten their beauty. I still must find the cause. I feel rather overwhelmed with the remains to be done. What remains to be done? The crystals have not been perfected. The shaft is not finished, nor is the observation post or even lab. I have not seen Catherine for some time, and I long to spend some time with her. I long to spend some time with Akinar and Cirrus. Besides all that, there are far away in the back of my mind the thoughts of the people and our lost city. I dreamt again of them last night. Oh, a lost city, you say? Oh, whoa. I've only seen the city in the worst condition, and still its beauty overwhelmed me. Even now, as I visualize how majestic it must have been before the destruction caused by Vilvis and Igaris, it amazes me and saddens me. I'm fairly certain that Denis is not dead, as my father believed. I am convinced that there must be some who managed to escape the destruction and even now continue to survive in separate ages. So is Denis the name of the city there, or the name of the age or the world? Within me is an urging to take the chance and return to Denis to find these survivors and properly rebuild our city. However, I can do nothing until I am certain of the fate of my father. If my plan failed, if I missed a single book when attempting to trap him on Riven, then he has been free all along. If that is true, then all that stands between him and the ages I have now written is the link from Denis to Myst. So wait, he trapped his father. Why did he? Ooh. What did this guy's father do? As much as I wish to return to Denis, without knowing the state of my father, I cannot risk establishing that link. I must observe my father without reestablishing that link. It has taken several years, and so maybe that's why he wants to be able to observe one of the ages without having to go into it. Hence why he's doing this whole crystal thing. I must observe my father without reestablishing that link. It has taken several years, and there have been many dead ends, but I've partially succeeded. Now that I've managed to view another age using the crystals, it is only a matter of time until I view Riven. At least, I hope. Catherine will have her ideas about all these things, and I miss her greatly. I will turn to rhyme later when my mind is cleared. Okay. So these are things that we've observed. This is the panel that we found right where we started. Yeah. Oh. Wait, so is this a view to Rhyme? Like, this snowy? Okay. Okay. So, there's that. Again, trying to see if there's other books here. Some of them are very dark. Yeah, this is the Mechanical Age. So many burned books here. Why would anyone do this, though? They seem like incredibly precious. Yeah, these are all burnt. Oh, that's so sad. Like, I hope the worlds aren't destroyed by this. That would be heartbreaking. No, that looks like it's burned out. That looks like it's burned out. Burned out. Yep. Good to know at least like that we're actually seeing the books as we do this, so we can kind of keep track of which one we've been checking. Yep, nothing here, it looks like. It's really hard to see the bottom shelf, though. That's the problem. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Wait, where was that? Where was the one we just found? Not here. The one for I think Rhyme he called it. Mechanical Age is over here. Yeah. But we also found another one over here. Somewhere here. Not this one. Oh, here it is. It's at the... Wow, that is very well hidden down here. Yeah, it's this. Okay. Wow, we've done a lot of reading here. Okay. I guess the question is, what does this do? So... this would be pointing towards the lighthouse. Do we need to do that? Because that's the tower we're rotating. Oh, wow. Interesting. So there's a day-night cycle in this. This was not in the original game. Oh, that's kind of neat. I'm into that. Like a super accelerated day-night cycle. I mean, it's definitely a little bit harder to solve some of these puzzles. We should probably save. That's a good idea. Okay. What is this? Oh, there's a wait, there's a flashlight? Okay, I can just turn that on with F. Oh, that's a smart addition. If they're gonna add this day-night cycle, so you can actually see in the darkness. Okay, so we still don't know, what time that's supposed to be set to. I wonder if there's any other books in here, because again, we... Now look here. Aha. So this is what the bookshelf looks like. No, it looks like we got all of them. Looks like we got them all. Yeah, there's this one here, here. What kind of calzone did you get, by the way? No. No good. Nope, no good. Yeah, it looks like we got all the books here. Nothing in this. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's any other hints in this. This one. Track. I don't think any of this applies to our world. Okay, and then there's this. This has the constellations, right? No, this has the piano in it. And then, not you, you. You have the constellations, right? Okay. And you don't have anything for this world. I don't think so.